Hi, I'm Ernie and I'm here with my friend Larry Housel, coming to you in the 80th video in the Puritas Spring Software YouTube series of FAQ videos. In this video, we're going to demonstrate two monitors side by side, duplicate monitors. Is that what they call them, duplicate monitors, Larry?
Dual monitors.
Dual monitors. I think you're going to be surprised at how valuable of a tool this is.
That's right, Ernie. And I want to add also that these videos aren't necessarily answering a frequently asked question. It's just something that you and I both agree is very relevant to all offices. It's a great time and money-saving tip, so we're just going to make a video about it.
And if you're wondering, what you're seeing on the screen now actually is just a normal single monitor like I had for so many years. We've kind of obscured the screen a little bit on the left side there with just a big white area. But the point of the video is going to be really focused on that internal window there with the Franklin County probate application.
If people are still on one monitor, like we're looking at right now, then I think it's going to be a big deal what we talk about today.
Very big. We've all been there flipping between windows and such, and this is going to be a solution to that problem.
Yeah, basically you're just able to move data, see a lot more, real estate, so you can have multiple programs open, see them at the same time, no minimizing or maximizing, stuff like that. No need to juggle anymore.
Well, it'll be helpful to show what we mean, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and we're already set up. All we had to do was under $100, plugged in an extra monitor using an HDMI cord, and that was it. Nothing else was required in the way of software. And then now that I have it set up like that, I can right click on the desktop, go to display settings, and right there in system display, there's a pull down here. And let's just say extend these displays, and poof, what we have now. And you got to use your imagination there if you're watching this video, because this is really two monitors that you're seeing side by side. And I got to click on keep changes there. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, and that's how you have them arranged on your desk. So this basically looks like what you're looking at as you're working.
Correct. Yes.
And the product. So you've got essentially what is two computers in front of you, which means, as a general rule, your productivity is going to go up.
Larry, I always had two computers like this. In fact, I had three of them a lot of times, and even right now in the lab, I think I'm in a circle of 7. But what was cooler about the dual monitor situation is that you could actually drag and drop as if it was one contiguous thing, which you couldn't do when I had two computers running side by side.
That's right. You can move, meaning you can move information from one screen, cut it, and paste it into the other, or drag it from one screen.
I could show just by what's going on here. Oh, there we go. I can move the mouse from one screen to the other. And the only thing is, if you get that out of the way, maybe it'd be a little clearer.
Yeah, that's a little
clearer.
Yeah,
you know what? The cursor's showing up a little bit differently. There it is. Okay. and on the other side. But that's not, I'm seeing something really nice. On we're using Chrome Remote Desktop to put these two monitors side by side on one screen so you could see it for purposes of making a YouTube video. Basically, like I said, the step one was just plug in the second monitor.
Yes, and you kind of mentioned it real quick. You got that other monitor for less than $100.
I did, yes.
So again, it's about comparing the productivity you're going to get from having two screens, basically two computers you're working on at the same time that you can move, information or programs back and forth on, and your time to do tasks like minimizing and maximizing windows to move stuff around. You're going to get that back right away. Easily pay for a second monitor.
Well, a real bargain hunter could do a lot probably better than the $99. And you and I were even laughing that most offices, a lot of homes, you've got a closet or a basement with that they call the cemetery, the computer cemetery or graveyard. You don't need a working computer. All you need is the monitor. So a lot of times you could just scarf a monitor from somewhere else in the home or office.
whatever way you add another monitor to it, I think the point is it's not like it used to be where you had to kind of make an investment in one of those big old monitors to bring it in on your desk. And it's much easier and cheaper to just buy a monitor and plug it in, like you said, and get it up and running. I guess we should mention that you can adjust so that, like, this is what it looks like on your desk.
Uh-huh.
And somebody might actually have the monitor stacked one on top of the other, or maybe if it's a laptop and an external monitor, one smaller and down in the lower left hand, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we looked at that before during rehearsal, that I think you could drag these windows. Yeah. And
Replicate.
And stack the monitors one on top of another.
And that's how Windows will know, when you drag your mouse around, whether or not it can go. It'll actually hit the side. Like on this one now, if you drag it to the bottom, it'll stop. But if you go left or right, it'll go.
Yeah,
through.
and unfortunately, the effect I noticed is lost because Chrome Remote Desktop is putting these monitors side by side no matter what.
Right.
But you could kind of get the feel of it by looking at the system display there and seeing how it rearranged the windows, even if you couldn't see the rearrangement of the windows themselves.
Yeah, so you want to do a demo, kind of show real quick what it's like to move data between two different programs?
Well, sure.
I think we were going to run through using the Franklin GPT, the chat, ask it questions and follow instructions. Because I find myself doing this a lot where I'll, either if I ask chat for directions or I've brought up a knowledge article or something on the internet and I'm reading something on one monitor and I'm doing the work related to it on another monitor.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, perfect.
All right, so this is our GPT. So the information in this chat GPT window is going to be specific to our program and the data that we kind of trained chat on. So
right.
Specific to Franklin County.
And the point we were trying to make before was that to see these things, sure, I could do this on one computer, on one monitor. I would either have to bury one of the screens and only look at them one at a time and switch back and forth, which is no big deal. A little bit inconvenient, especially if you have to do it a lot of times during the day. Mm-hmm. Or the other thing is to try to juxtapose, how's that for a word, both windows on the same screen at the same time, and that sometimes involves, it can't be done cleanly in some instances. And in other instances, you got to arrange it, maybe shrink it, and make it harder to read, and this, that, and the other. Where this is just so clean. And I don't know, we didn't even mention the fact that okay, this is the point. I missed the whole thing of it. Sorry about that.
Oh, you just clicked right on it. How do I start a proceeding?
Yeah,
one of the
because what I
in.
wanted to show is that you can get for an example. What I wanted to show is that you can get a list, and I'm just using this as an example, but it could be anything. It could be a spreadsheet that you're reviewing, or a checklist, a Word document, or whatever.
A video you're watching.
Yeah, but here's your here's your list, and then over here I can follow what I'm doing. What's required. Oh, Form 1.0. Okay, well, let me go to Form 1.0, and I don't have to switch back and forth between two different screens. I'm looking at them both at the same time, and I could even drag things. I'll drag it just for illustration purposes. You could drag things back and forth between the two screens. How cool is that?
Yeah, so it's almost like you're creating one massive 42-inch screen or 60-inch screen.
Yes, and there was another thing that I wanted to mention is let's use the copy command that I just clicked on there. Now we can go to this side. And let me just go to this blank notepad, and I'm going to paste. So now, if you wanted to imagine comparing two documents, you can copy and paste from one to the other without having to switch screens or. Mm-hmm. I know you could if you have a big enough screen, you could probably get them both on the same single monitor at the same time. But this is just a no-brain, easy thing to do.
Yeah, and
You never be sorry about that. So where does that take us, Larry? Where are we at?
I think that pretty much covers it, Ernie. You know, we went over how we use it. We went over how to set it up, and gave some examples on why we feel like it's worth the investment, 100%, right?
I agree.
You're going to get your money back if you get yourself a second monitor, and almost every computer will support it now.
Right. Oh, I know what I was telling you this afternoon is that I read an estimate when I was doing some research about the dual monitor situation, and someone said that you will experience a 60% increase in efficiency by having dual monitors as opposed to anything else. And, you know, a lot of times those sorts of facts are hard to prove and some subject to exaggeration. You know, I don't think so in this case.
Yeah.
It seems pretty accurate. I now that I have the dual monitors, I don't think I'd want to go back.
Yeah. And in fact, like I mentioned to you, there's sometimes when if I'm only on my laptop and I don't have a second monitor, I won't do certain work because I know it'll take me so much longer. And it's just that, you know.
Oh, I see what you mean, right.
So, well, you know what? I guess that pretty much covers it.
All right. If that's it, then I would say that until our next video, thanks for watching. Your time's valuable, and we really appreciate when you spend a couple moments and share some of your valuable time with us.
Yeah, and I think it's been explained as best we can here. But if you have a question or you have a comment on how you use dual monitors, put it in the comments below. Always hit like and subscribe anytime you see a Puritas video, right?
Yeah, that's cool. For sure. Otherwise, thanks for watching and have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.